From Minute Maid Park in Houston, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Houston Astros. First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to roll here. And on the hill in this one, Eric Lauer. What do we have on him?
Really labored his last time out. 4+ innings, wasn't able to qualify for the win, but fortunately got a no decision and didn't take a loss. We'll see if he can get in the W column today.
Ready to go now? Here's the left fielder, Taylor Ward. And the pitch. That misses, and that's how this game gets started. Slow roller up the middle. Tosses to first. One out in the top of the first. All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Shohei Ohtani.
Well, he's been a very consistent performer this year. And, man, when you look up and you're in the top 5 in batting average in the American League, I'll tell you what, that raises your level of confidence to keep it going and try to finish in that picture or maybe at the very top. He's been spraying the balls all over the yard. We're going to keep our eyes on him in this one.
He swings and fouls one off. One down, base is empty. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Batting third, the center fielder, number 27.
And now batting, Mike Trout, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. Next pitch downstairs, ball 1. You know, Singy, in 2022, Trout hit homers in 7 straight games, falling just 1 home run shy of the record 8 in a row by Ken Griffey Jr., Don Mattingly, and Dale Long. The lefty, the 1-0. Slapped foul. And a pitch. And that one a little bit high.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Swing and a miss, and now 2-2.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Oh, man, just locked him up with that slider, even though it caught a lot of the zone. And I think that tells you all you need to know about what he was looking for in the box, and it clearly was not that pitch.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. That's a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Rendon off of first with 2 away. The next pitch misses. 2-1. A little out front there as he swings through it. Two outs. Swing and a miss. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. Angels strand 1. Now here come the Astros. No score. Back after this on the show. Back here in Houston, and today's starting pitcher, Shohei Ohtani.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the veteran second baseman, Jose Altuve, and the pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Ohtani, an all-star a season ago. He features a slider, a four-seamer, a splitter, a cutter, and he occasionally uses a curve. Bounce to the left side, and that one finds its way through. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod.
Batting second, the designated hitter,
Michael Brantley stands in, enters the day third in the American League batting race. Checks over to first, back safely. Ground ball could be two. To second for one. On to first, double play.
the left fielder,
Here's Yordan Alvarez. 3 hits and 12 trips so far in the series. First offering, and it just misses. Check out these numbers. In 2019, he was the American League Rookie of the Year and established a major league record for OPS by a rookie in a single season. 1067 was his on-base plus slugging. Into left center for a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
batting fourth, the right fielder.
Here's Kyle Tucker, 4th right now in the American League home run leaderboard. Pitch misses inside, 1-0.
In that 2019 season, became the first Astro to hit a home run to the 3rd deck at Minute Maid Park. That's an absolute blast.
And the 1-0. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. The 1-1. In the air to left down the line. And no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. And that's a foul ball. Little trouble with this one behind the plate. Runner holds tight as the count moves to 2-2. Here's a 2-2. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour. One left for Houston. We played an inning, no score.
You know my heat stays harder than a cattle brand. I want it all. I'm back in the saddle again. It's like the Wild Wild West, Cowboys and Indians, yeah.
Back here in Houston, top of the second, Brandon Drury to the plate.
23, Brandon Drury.
The wide to kick the pitch. That's outside. And that is ball one. And there's a ball. Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes he might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the guy on the mound is earning it. And that's important because you got to make guys earn it.
Good eye right there. Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see these guys a lot.
Yeah, Boog, these guys are all out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level. So When you respect that, I think over time you can develop a relationship with some of these guys. That could be a tone setter for the inning. 4 straight pitches and the leadoff batter's on base. We'll see if the next guy waits until there's a called strike before he takes the bat off his shoulder.
That one to first, fires to second for 1. Return throw, gets him at first. It's a 3-6-1 double play.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first, and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
So digging in, Luis Rengifo. Now this is in the air down the line, and that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. No score here in the second. Strike 2.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball, just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
That one 95 to finish him off. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score.
These days people say a lot of things that they won't do, things that they want to. Man, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do?
And welcome back. And now the veteran third baseman, Alex Bregman.
Third baseman, Alex.
Bregman, who had a great career at LSU. He was the second overall pick in 2015. He wears that number on his back, number 2. And Singy, he was a big Derek Jeter fan growing up. The pitch. Ball 1, no strikes.
Oh, Boog, a lot of guys would love to be taken in the first round and second overall, but Alex Bregman seems to have carried that as a chip on his shoulder over the years, not being the number 1 pick overall. And he's played in such a way where he's always trying to show people that he's the best, and it's translated on both sides of the ball.
That misses the zone, and it's 3-0. There's a strike.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Swing and a miss, 3-2 now.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of tip your cap on that pitch.
Into the outfield, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Now it's the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. 4 for 13 in the series entering this one. There's a strike. Bregman on at first, nobody out. Comes up empty on the swing, 0-2 now. Short hop liner, handled it short. 1 at second, relay to first, double play.
Batting 7, the center fielder.
And now Chas McCormick. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Oh, and 2 as he waves at that one.
Real ugly 0-1 swing right there. As a pitcher, got to be hunting for that strikeout. Keep him off balance. Send him back to the dugout.
And the righty deals. And 1-2.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
2 down, nobody on. That one not close. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. We'll move to the third with no score.
What you waiting for? Come and get it. Come and get it. What you waiting for?
Welcome back. Well, here we go. Top of the third, scoreless game. Gio Urshela steps in.
Urshela.
Lauer back to work. Urshela playing up the middle at short in the 8th spot in today's lineup. And they went out and made a trade for him last season. Next pitch inside, and it's 1-1. On the ground right side, and that's just foul. The pitch. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And now the lefty. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. The wind of the pitch. That's a little bit low. Two. Tried to check his swing there. Now an appeal to first, and he held up. Back to work, 3-2 now. Popped in the air, left field. Alvarez makes the grab, and there's one down.
Batting up, the catcher, number 14.
And next for L.A., Logan O'Hoppe. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Top of the third, no score. Next offering is in for a strike. Kicks and deals. That catches the corner. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And there's two down.
Now back. Left.
So up next, Taylor Ward. Grounded out back to the pitcher his first time. Ward goes 6'1", 200 pounds. He's been on a terrific run at the plate, hitting over 350 in his last 10. That's in there. That one drifts inside.
It's a good take.
On the ground to short, Pena. And that'll do it. Angels go down 1-2-3. Still no score. Set for the bottom of the third, and stepping in for the Astros, Yainer Diaz. The pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Diaz, 24 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Next offering is downstairs.
Where do you even begin with the talent we've seen from the Dominican Republic? Vladdy, Big Papi, Pedro, the list goes on and on.
And the slider catches the zone. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Here's Corey Lee. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. And here it comes. Strike two.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
And now 1-2.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
And he deals. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Here's a former MVP, Jose Altuve. 1 for 1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single. Ball one, no strikes. One of the skill sets Altuve brings to the table, he is a notorious bad ball hitter. But whether it's in the zone or out of the zone, since he debuted in 2011, no player has more hits in the majors than Jose Altuve. The 1-0. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
Yeah, Boog, and Altuve, a 3-time AL batting champ and the first second baseman to win multiple batting titles since Hall of Fame second baseman Rod Carew won 5 batting titles between 1969 and 1975.
That one's in there, and the count is 1-2. One and two now. Altuve waits.
Ball 2.
And now 2-2.
2-2 the count.
Started after it. Appeal to first. Did not go. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is if you are the offensive side of it.
Brantley, a former All-Star, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he's usually in the outfield. Today he's the DH. Brantley takes a ball as he stands in for the second time.
You know, Boog, people don't realize how far the jog is from the dugout to the outfield position. And if you're playing in Oakland, man, it's a country mile to get out there. So for him to be able to be the DH today, that is really a nice day off.
Move to first. Altuve back safely. And the right-hander deals. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Everyone can have a little chuckle there. He's had such a great season. Rarely ever do you see that kind of swing.
And now it's even up.
2 strikes.
Altuve, the runner at first with 2 gone. Oh, can't get out of the way of the fastball, and that's going to sting. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Now it's Yordan Alvarez.
Showed a really nice opposite field approach in his last at bat. Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
The 1-0.
Yep, that ball went out.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
At the belt and fires. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Two on, 2 outs. And that one wrapped foul. The next offering misses, and it's 3-2.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Now that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Kyle Tucker. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. 2 outs. Bases are full. Next offering is in for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Left-hand batter waits. Ball 1 there.
He wanted that fastball high and tight, looking for a strikeout. Just didn't locate it very well.
Next offering is fouled back. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Bases loaded, 2 down. On the ground to third. They take the force out. What a play to end the inning. So they strand 3 and leave them loaded. 3 innings complete. We're tied 0-0. On to the 4th. Anthony Rendon making his way to the plate.
Number 6, Anthony Rendon.
The pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Kicks and fires. Pitch misses. And 1-1. Anthony Rendon, an outstanding player in college. He went to Rice, the 6th overall pick by the Nationals in the 2011 draft, and then eventually signed with the Angels as a free agent. Don't forget, saying he was part of that Nats team that won it all in 2019. That one in for a strike, 2-2.
And pretty remarkable that the kid from Houston comes back to beat the Houston Astros in the World Series. So loved in that town, and unfortunately had to break their hearts on that one.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. The wind and the pitch. Struck him out looking.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Here's Trout. There's a swing and a drive. Alvarez going back on it. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield. Got to the spot, turned around, and made a nice catch.
Next pitch is popped up. Diaz makes the grab, and that ends the inning. And the Angels are gone in order, and we are still scoreless. Back here at the ballpark, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Alex Bregman. Yeah, the right-hander back to work. There's a strike. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. Singy Shohei Ohtani has been as advertised. Rookie of the Year in 18, MVP in 21. He has impacted the game in a major way. And then, of course, he was on the cover of MLB The Show in 2022.
Well, he's doing something that we've never seen done before, and just absolutely phenomenal that he can be that dominant on the mound and be one of the top hitters in the game. And just watching that, it's got to take your breath away a little bit if you're a manager or a teammate to see this actually happening before your eyes.
3-2. It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggling to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with a free pass.
Jeremy Pena now at the plate. He hit into a double play his first time up. And takes low for ball one. That MVP I mentioned about Ohtani in 2021, he was actually a unanimous MVP. And the first unanimous AL MVP since Mike Trout in 2014. Other guys that have done that, Ken Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas, Frank Robinson. Next one is off the plate. Ball two. Next pitch is outside.
Just doesn't seem to want to throw him a fastball.
Chas McCormick up next for the Astros. Bregman aboard here at first with nobody out. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out. First and second, no outs. And now the center fielder, Chas McCormick. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. In there for strike one. No outs, runners at first and second. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Next offering misses. 1-2 to count.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Next offering is down low, and the count's even at 2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
So next up for Houston, Yainer Diaz. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. And a foul ball.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
One out. Runners at first and second. That's a strike. 0-2 now.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
That one missing inside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Another 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Next pitch is downstairs.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Next one misses, and that's ball 3.
That's a really good take.
And he walked him.
Well, he's been in a very giving mood today.
So bases loaded with 1 away. And next to hit for Houston, Corey Lee. His first at bat was a strikeout. Ball 1, no strikes.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Righty delivers. Check swing. Did he go? No.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
1 out, bases full. Fly ball down the line. And that's a foul ball. Righty to the plate. Got it by him for the K.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
Jose Altuve up to hit here. There's the strike. The pitch. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Ready now for the 5th inning. And here's the first baseman, Brandon Drury.
Brandon Drury.
And the pitch. Upstairs.
You know, these Angels being a little too patient at the plate in this game. They found themselves behind in the count quite a bit. They're trying to be patient, but it's mostly resulting in outs, not base runners. And you could argue it's making things more difficult at the plate.
The wind of the pitch. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Oh, this pitching staff has been merciless against him in this one. I mean, he struck out 6 times in this series, and we've seen no adjustment out of him so far.
Now it's Hunter Renfroe. 0 for 1 so far. That one's in there, 0-1. And a pitch. And that one is in for a strike. Next pitch misses. And a count 1-2.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons, he let it go by. He's still in the at-bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
And that's downstairs and outside. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
The second baseman, Luis Rengifo.
Luis Rengifo, the next to hit for the Angels. And a foul ball. The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at-bat.
And a seed into center. That's a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Now batting, shortstop, Gio.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Gio Urshela to the plate. Step off throw to first, and he's back in safely. Started to swing, held up. Rengifo off of first with 2 away. Next offering is in for a strike. Runner takes off. Shoots a line drive single into right center. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Back-to-back base hits. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And the batter now, Logan O'Hoppe. Check swing. Now a look down to first. No swing. Just held it back there. That's in for a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Corners are occupied with 2 down. Next pitch is outside. And fouled off. Next one just misses. And the count is filled up. Taylor Ward up next. And a pitch. Fights it off. He'll see another. Runners on first and third, 2 away. And that'll load the bases.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
Back to the top of the Angels lineup. Taylor Ward, the next to hit for the Angels. In there, and it's 0-1.
Tough situation right here. It's so important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
The pitch. That's off the mark, and now it's even 1-1. Base hit center field. One runs in. Oh, the throw is over his head. In comes the run from second, and they lead by 2.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Here's Anthony Rendon up to the plate. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And a foul ball. And now the lefty. And ball 1. Activity in the bullpen for Houston. Ryan Stanek getting loose out there. Taylor getting cranked up as well. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. A little bit low.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
The count 2-1. Lifted in the air, out to left. Alvarez puts the squeeze on that one, and that will end the inning. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. Last half of the 5th coming up. Angels 2 and the Astros nothing. Bottom of the inning, Michael Brantley to start things off.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
And here it comes. And there's a ball.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Out to short, Urshela. Tosses across to first, and they get Brantley for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Yordan Alvarez up next for the Astros. Alvarez, who's from Cuba, he grew up idolizing a future teammate, Yuli Gurriel, who is 13 years his senior. And first offering is fouled off. Right-hander kicks, deals. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Shot back to the mound, and he gloves it. Throws to first, and they get the out on Alvarez.
The right fielder, number 30, Kyle.
So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Kyle Tucker. That's in there for strike one. That one ripped. That's back. To the warning track, makes the catch. Astros are down quietly. They trail things here 2-0. Back here in Houston, top 6. So in now for the Angels, Mike Trout. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. Trout, multi-time All-Star, 31 years old, and he's been touching home plate quite a bit lately, scoring 8 runs over the last 10 games. Just missed.
2-0 count to a guy with this much pop at the dish. You better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the pull side, or the fans better look out in the stands.
High fly ball down the left field line, and it drops foul into the corner. And that is cut on and missed. 2-2 now. Off the outside edge with that one, and now it's filled up. (3-2). And so the lefty allows the leadoff free pass.
Almost a coin flip for the umpire in that call, but most umpires just don't want to give pitchers a break up in the zone like that.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. Hard ground ball, base knock.
He was all over that one. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Astros bullpen. Eric Lauer is done. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. Astros go to the pen, and here comes Ryan Stanek. He has a great slider with tons of movement. And next for the Angels, Brandon Drury. A strikeout and a walk. First pitch just misses. Stanek, in his 6th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a splitter, and he works in a slider. And the 1-0. And a swing and a miss.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Trout, the lead runner out at second. Ohtani at first with no outs. Going to count 1 and 2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Next pitch, not close, up high. That one missed. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. The game plan that he's sticking to, he's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Now it's Hunter Renfroe. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And that's in for a strike.
Well, this is a tough situation with the bases loaded, but the healthiest mindset is just try to get outs, one hitter at a time.
Kicks and deals. Activity in the bullpen. Rafael Montero getting ready to go. Here's the 0-2. And that one missing low. High chopper to third. And he grabs it foul. The pitch. And a ball evens the count. Two now.
3-2.
Ball four, and a run comes in to score.
Just missed his spot on the inside right there.
Luis Rengifo gets a chance to hit here.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner into center.
And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
The next offering misses, and it's a ball and a strike. Bases juiced, no outs. In the air, left side. Alvarez makes the catch. Runner tags from third to the plate. Save! And it's 4-0.
So many times that one gets out of here and into the seats, but he'll take the sac fly RBI. Good job to get that run in from third.
Here's Gio Urshela. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Called strike right there.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Next pitch is outside. And the righty deals. Fouls one off. 2-2. Still only one out here in the inning. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And now two gone. So first and second with two outs. Logan O'Hoppe, the next to hit for the Angels. First pitch, and he just misses. And a good eye there. Here comes a pitch. And that's outside.
One strike.
Taylor Ward up next for the Angels. This one lifted in the air, left field. Flashes the leather on the running catch. And the inning is over. So 2 runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7 slots due up. Angels 4, and the Astros nothing. Back here in Houston, and the batter now, Alex Bregman. Ohtani back to work. 0-1.
All set to throw pitch number 100. He needs a quick inning here if he's going to be able to make it through 6 complete.
Close but called a ball. 1-1. And the right-hander deals. And another ball.
2 strikes.
He goes down looking. Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. Chris, here's a weird note, at least to me. Jeremy Pena is the first rookie shortstop to homer in the World Series. He did it in 2022. It had never been done before when he homered against the Phillies. The pitch.
Yeah, he's very grounded in his approach at the plate. He's on the plate, not worried about getting beat on the inside part, which a lot of guys are. He's not worried about it. He can cover the outside to end, and that's why we see him get the barrel to so many baseballs.
Got him looking. And 2 away now. Chaz McCormick up next for the Astros. McCormick hitting better against right-handers this year, so some reverse splits there.
Say you make the trap jump, that's what's up, bro. Yeah. If you really with the city, say what up, though. I've been slacking the motivation. Haters not do more than hating.
Nope.
Now this manager knows that his players are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
The 1-0. And misses inside.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
And that one is lifted in the air. Ward brings it in for the 3rd out. Astros go down 1-2-3. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Righty reliever out of the pen, Rafael Montero.
Well, walks have been a big issue for him this year, so I expect these hitters to be patient up there.
Now the left fielder, Taylor Ward.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
On the ground, and that chance handled. In there safely.
Tough play and a nice backhand stop. Had to be perfect with the exchange and throw to get the out, but it looked like he had to dig in there a little deeper, like he was trying to get a split finger grip or something. Close play, but that little extra time on the transfer made all the difference.
Man at first. Now it's Anthony Rendon. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Swing and a miss. Throw, and they got him.
Well, this is a real momentum killer after the leadoff single. Tried to steal second base on the first pitch. Defense was all over it. Nicely done from behind the plate with the catch and throw. Then a quick tag before he reaches the base.
Now the 0-1.
Hey! 0-2 is the count.
The punch out there. 2 away.
Up next for the Angels,
Here's Mike
the
Trout.
center fielder, Mike Trout.
In there for strike one. Other thing in this park, I mean, he could sneeze one over the left field wall into those Crawford box seats. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for the traditional seventh-inning stretch.
And possibly a double switch coming now as a meeting taking place near the home plate area. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jaime Barria.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And stepping in for the Astros, Yainer Diaz.
The first baseman,
The wind of the pitch. Fouled off. He was late. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now. Good eye right there. And he deals. Diaz started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and he held back, according to Larry Bullard. The wind to kick the pitch. That one just misses. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball 4.
At the plate is the Astros catcher, Corey Lee. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground, and they can roll him up for 2.
0-2 as he waves at that one. In the dirt, but kept close.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Booth, get back on track. His team needs him.
Back to the top of the lineup, Jose Altuve digs in now. Way upstairs, and that's ball 1. Diaz, the base runner at first with 1 out. Off the mark there, and it's 2-1. And there's the strike. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Brantley, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Line drive, base hit. Diaz around second, headed for third. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now.
Seeing some good swings from him right now with consecutive extra base hits. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
So 2 down. Here's the left fielder, Yordan Alvarez. Next pitch downstairs, and it's 1-0.
These fans, they are ready to cheer about something.
Second and third, 2 down. And it's even up. Checks his swing. Appeal down to third. No swing. Gary Simmons with the call. The 2-1. And that drops in for a strike. And now it's 3-2. Kyle Tucker to bat next. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Ripped on a line. Trout makes the grab, and that's the inning. 2 left for the Astros. They trail it here 4-0. We're at the top of the 8th. Now it's the DH for the Angels, Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
The wind and the pitch. And that gets the inside corner for a strike. There's a high chopper, and it goes just foul.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right here.
The 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This to third. Sends it across to first, and they get Ohtani for the out.
No, he didn't recognize changeup earlier enough. Got out in front a little bit, rolled over on it, and beat it into the ground.
And now the first baseman, Brandon Drury. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Foul ball. Righty to the plate. Gets under it and pops it up. And there's 2 away.
The right fielder, number 12, Hunter Renfroe.
Hunter Renfroe at the plate.
Here we go, Astros.
Next pitch is popped up. Bregman is under it, and that's the inning. Angels held in check, but they're in front 4-0. Here comes Ryan Tepera to the hill.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
Number 52, Ryan Tepera.
And now the right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
Almost drove one out of here last time up. Flied out to the warning track.
And a pitch. That's in there. Strike one.
Some guys are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Left-hand hitter waits. Just off the inside edge.
Looking to get something going. This is the guy you want at the plate. He's been great for this team. He is a professional hitter.
Next offering is in for a strike. Action in the pen down there. Carlos Estevez, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Next pitch off the plate. 2-2. Swing and a ball popped up. Urshela makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Third baseman, number 2, Alex Bregman.
Here's Alex Bregman. That pitch in for a strike, and that is strike one. This one high in the air to left center. Trout hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
The batter, number 3, shortstop.
2 outs, base is empty. Next to hit, Jeremy Pena. And first offering is fouled off. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Nothing doing there for Houston. They're down 4-0. The Astros turn to a new arm of the mound, Phil Maton. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. And now it's the switch-hitting second baseman, Luis Rengifo. And a pitch. That's a little bit low. Maton, in his 6th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a slurve, a slider, and he works in a sinker. The 1-0. That one fouled off. Next pitch misses inside. Now 2 balls and a strike. Way high. And there's ball 4.
Ball 4.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
And it's fouled away. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Tucker going back on this one, turning, looking, and that one is gone. A 2-run homer, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 6-0.
There was a fastball down the middle. I don't think the hitter recognized the pitch, but once he did, was quick enough to get it in play with some authority. He got that up and out of here.
Here's the catcher to hit, Logan O'Hoppe. First offering misses the mark.
Ball 1, no strike.
That's down and in.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
Ball, that's off.
Next pitch is outside. And a 4-pitch walk.
Ball 4.
Well, just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Now the left fielder, Taylor Ward. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
0-2 now. Next offering is outside. The pitch. And now 2-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Now batting, third base.
Here's David Fletcher.
TV.
Struggling on the road this season. Better results at home. Fastball in for a strike. 0-1. Now 1-1. O'Hoppe, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. And that's outside.
2 strikes.
Next offering is fouled back. Goes down looking.
Well, that's great execution of the pitch right there, and the battery working together. Catcher does a nice job to present that to the umpire and get that called third strike.
Now Trout gets a chance to hit. First pitch just misses. There's a strike. Next pitch misses inside, and it's 2-1. Righty delivers. Swing and a pop-up. Bregman is under it, and that is the third out of the inning. But two come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this two-run homer. It's now a 6-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. So the Angels turn to their bullpen for a new pitcher, Carlos Estevez.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
And stepping in for the Astros, Chas McCormick. And a pitch. Just off the outside part of the plate.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
And a foul ball. The next pitch misses, and that's ball 2. Right-handed reliever.
Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And it's filled up.
3-2.
And a pitch. Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2. On the ground, right side. And that one finds its way through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
The first baseman,
Yainer Diaz, the next to hit.
Diaz.
In there, and it's 0-1.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Next offering misses, and the count even 1-1. The pitch. Falling behind 2-1. Good eye right there. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a good day for the on-base percentage right there. Walk number 3, and the free bags keep on coming. You down with OBP, Boo?
And next to hit for Houston, Corey Lee. You talk about the power and the speed together.
Well, we knew he was going to be a stud just coming up, making his way through the minor leagues, and quickly at this level, an impact player.
And first offering is fouled off. First and second here, no outs. Next offering is in for a strike.
That's a
Ball
ball.
1 there. And here it comes. And there's a ball. Now all even up. Looked like it was a little bit up. And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
Here's the Astros leadoff man, Jose Altuve. Pitch misses inside. Ball 1. Just missed. Now 3-0.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
And the 3-0 finds the zone.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Three-two now.
Well, we know this, down 1 or down 10, Jose Altuve is not going to give away an at-bat.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. That one misses, and that'll bring home a run.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the walk. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
Jimmy Herget taking over on the mound.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
Now Michael Brantley steps in.
Michael Brantley.
First offering, and it just misses. That's to third. Has some trouble with it. He pulls into second as a run scores.
Comes through with the RBI. Takes an inside pitch and just fillets it over there to left field. And that's all he had to do is get up to the outfield grass to push that run across.
Yordan Alvarez up next for the Astros. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And he takes a strike. One and two here. Swing and a miss, and he got him. One out, bottom of the ninth.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
And here now is the Astros cleanup hitter, Kyle Tucker. That's a strike. Strike one.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Strike two.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
The 0-2. Fouls it back with two strikes. The tying run at the plate. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. All loaded up here in the last half of inning number 9. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
Next offering is fouled back. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. That misses the zone. Now 1-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. That one ran inside, almost got him.
This is the guy they turn to get the most important outs of the ball game, but they're going to make him work to get this save.
Next pitch is outside. Full count now. On the ground, right side. Nice stop. Over to second for one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Just a beautiful play right there to get it out. He dives to make the stop. Then a nice feed from his knees. Knew he didn't have time to get up and make that throw. The throw beats the runner. That's that internal clock working.
And now it's Alex Bregman. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. And that's in there for strike one. And now one strike away. Altuve, the runner at third. Tucker at first. 2 out of the inning. Next one misses, and it's 1-2. And that's too high.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Swing and a chopper. Urshela. Throw to first in time, and this one is over. And the Angels take the finale here. They win the series 3-1.
Well, the goal when you go on the road is to at least play 500 ball. Well, they've been winning series. They win this one here, and you got yourself a little bit of breathing room, but you want to keep the same mindset. Let's go to the next place, and let's take that series again.
Victorious Angels, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Astros, 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They left 11 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 14 minutes. Our paid attendance at Minute Maid Park this afternoon, 41,168. The Astros